You see, everybody's got a price, but this week, somebody's gonna have money in the bank.
No, baby, that's for somebody else. We're just gonna keep you right where you're at right now.
It doesn't matter what you think.
The Wrestling Realm presents Break It Down with Brian H.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a special predictions episode of Break It Down with Brian H. Brought to you by the Wrestling Realm. And I have a good friend of mine on here today, the one and only, the money man himself, Raphael Esparza. What's going on, Raph?
Not much. It's just a crazy time of year. Not only do we have Money in the Bank on Sunday, but a little thing called World Cup Soccer starts this week. And so it's just been a crazy, crazy week. People always think my job is just NFL and college football and NBA. But for what I do, it's 365 days a year, especially with entertainment odds, wrestling odds. And then, of course, we have a World Cup Soccer. And let's throw in some CFL Canadian football that starts this week. And we get to see Johnny Manziel playing some football maybe on Saturday.
Yeah, so I guess people are throwing some bets that way for Johnny, huh?
You know what? We don't get that much action on CFL, but ever since he's been there and made the team and actually did okay in the preseason, I think he's going to get some TV ratings.
Okay, yeah, I was at the Fort Letter when he was his rookie season, and we was just constantly watching him, making sure what's he going to do. Same thing with Jameis Winston. So, but enough about football. Let's get into wrestling. I had the pleasure of being on your show before, so I'm just definitely it's Money in the Bank. Obviously, like I said, you're the money man. So, who else better to have on to talk about the betting odds as well? Obviously, people will probably be. Money in the Bank is one of those things that's fun. So are you going to bet on Shinsuke Nakamura? You bet on AJ Styles? We'll get into that. So let's start with the pre-show. For the pre-show, we have the Bludgeon Brothers defending their SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships against the Good Brothers, Anderson and Gallows. So what's the odds on that one?
The Bludgeon Brothers are right now minus $5. I just don't see them losing their title during this one. No disrespect to their opponents or the good guys, you want to call that, but I think it's the Bludgeon Brothers. Would not be shocked if the Bludgeon Brothers do lose their titles and maybe be at SummerSlam. I just don't see them going down at Money in the Bank. I think it's this opponent.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that one. It's just no way. It's just too soon. And if there's any, obviously they will be beat. They will drop the titles. I just don't see them losing Anderson and Gallows as much as I would love to see that. But have you been paying attention on Twitter? How the jabs, I think it was Rowan asked Carl Anderson, is he bringing his hot Asian wife to the show?
Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny, and it's stuff I've been reading. The Bludgeon Brothers will probably had the titles for a couple pay-per-views, and then their opponents and stuff that's been on Twitter. I'm shocked that their contract hasn't been brought up on Twitter because their contract is up pretty close in WWE. But I guess if you're gonna poke fun of someone, let's poke fun of the hot Asian wife, I guess.
I know, right? So no need to spend that much time on that one. Let's get right into the main card. You know what? I'm gonna start with a match that I wish it would open the show because I'm not interested in it, and that's because all the silliness that's going on. And that's Bobby Lashley versus Sami Zayn. Is there any way Sami Zayn wins this match?
No, I don't think so. I mean, if they brought Bobby Lashley back for one reason at all, and I just don't like the way they've been using him since they brought him back. Right now, he's minus $7, opened up at minus $4. So the public has been all over Bobby Lashley right now. No money coming in on Sami Zayn. Like I said, they brought him to come back for a reason. Would not be shocked if his storyline goes completely opposite to this horrible storyline of Sami Zayn. I don't know the reason why they made this storyline in. Both of them are not benefiting in this storyline. So Bobby Lashley easily W in this one. That's why he's bet all the way up to minus $7. Wouldn't I be shocked if it gets bet all the way up to like $8 to even minus $9? Sami Zayn has no shot of winning. Maybe a three-legged horse race can he'll win that race, but that's about it.
The only thing that I did like about this is the fact that we get to see Sami Zayn's personality as a heel without Kevin Owens. Every time we saw him since his heel turn, Kevin Owens has been right there. So this is the first time we got to see him really work without him. But still, it's just everything's just been bad, man.
I agree at 100% what you just said. This is the first time we get to see him play heel without his Batman. Sorry, Sami Zayn, you're Robin when it comes to those two, Batman and Robin. Sami Zayn would be Robin and Batman would be his opponent. But yeah, I'm actually shocked on how well he did play the heel in this. I just don't think this storyline caught on.
Yeah. All right. So let's move on to Daniel Bryan versus Big Cass. Now, I'm on the fence with this one because this is.
I wonder why I've been reading your stuff on social media. I wonder why.
I know, right? As you know, I'm a huge Daniel Bryan fan.
No.
However, this Big Cass, like, I understand Daniel Bryan can't win every match. You know, he shouldn't. That would be boring. But the stuff Big Cass is doing is just completely corny. Is this a blow off? Is this to finally end it to give both of these guys something to do, or will this story continue?
Oh, this story's dead in the water. I mean, it has no life. I thought the storyline of Bobby Lashley and Sami Zayn had no life. I think this one has completely no life on this one. Big Cass has no shot. And I kind of understand why they made this. To bring in both of them came back off injuries at the same time. I think maybe if I'm Big Cass, you might be a little bit upset deep inside knowing that, hey, I'm coming back from my knee injury and all of a sudden this guy comes back from his unretirement party at the same time. So I can kind of understand maybe he does have some beef, probably a little bit deep down in that stomach. I understand the storyline. I just don't think it's a storyline caught on. There's no way Big Cass wins this one. I would not be shocked if this one's a disqualification or something like that. Maybe they don't have a winner or a loser, but this storyline has to be dead. I think both parties will separate, and you figure Big Cass will probably start wrestling maybe other big opponents. It's a very big mismatch in the ring, and I think that's why another reason why it's probably a little bit lopsided.
Do you think he should have stayed with The Miz?
I do believe so. I mean, I think that storyline will come back. I don't think people wanted to see it right away shoved in our faces. I thought maybe to get the rust off the ring from your boy and then maybe come back with the Miz. But you can that Miz storyline is always going to be there. So why display your cards now with that storyline?
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant, do you think Cass should stay with The Miz? Maybe kind of studied under him. That's what I meant. His
I don't think so. I don't think Big Cass to me looks lost without his. I don't know if we can say his former partner that's no longer in the WWE. He sometimes, especially on his mic work, he feels like he's missing someone there. I think he needs to tighten up that. But no, I don't think that the storyline with The Miz would even work. I think they need to do something. Maybe he can shave his head like the other lone wolf in the Raw to try to do a complete total makeover.
Yeah, man. If the real Dwayne Allen was here, he would jump in and say he sucks. But let's move on to a match that some people aren't excited about it. We were supposed to get it on Raw. That's Roman Reigns and Jinder Mahal. Please tell me this match will not close the show.
You know what? I'm hoping that, because I think that's one thing and I've been begging to the people that I know inside of WWE when I talk to them through emails and stuff like that. I'm begging for them to give me the lineup of how the pay-per-views are, because I think that A, will help me do my write-ups, B, will help me do my predictions and see what the suits in the back, as I like to say, are planning their next pay-per-views or their next storylines. But so far, my pleas have been dead in the water, have not gotten that. But I don't think this is going to be the last match. I would not be shocked if it's maybe Rousey versus Nia Jax, or maybe even a men's Money in the Bank match might be the last one. I would not be shocked if it's either one. But the Roman Reigns, Jinder Mahal, I highly doubt it. And Roman Reigns is a huge favorite right now, minus 1,300. Open up minus 800. And what I'm hearing, Commander, I think we all agree that with the stories that came out, that Brock Lesnar is probably out after SummerSlam, and I still think it's going to be Roman Reigns taking a belt away from him at SummerSlam. I know everyone wants don't want to get those hands to be the next champion, but I still think it's going to be Roman Reigns. I think the storylines, if they gave Roman Reigns the belt, will be a lot better than if they gave it to any other wrestlers like Braun Strowman or let's say Finn Balor or even Kevin Owens. I think the storylines can go a lot farther if you have Roman Reigns with the championship once Brock Lesnar leaves. Roman Reigns easily wins this one. And you know what? This feud wasn't really that bad. I understand why the suits in the back made this kind of a feud going on here because Jinder Mahal, a heel with the public, the world don't like him because he's not from U.S. and trying to give some kind of positivity with Roman Reigns. I understand they made this feud, but this feud dies again. A lot of feuds are going to die on Sunday at Money in the Bank, and here's another one I think that's going to die.
Yeah, man. I agree with you. The feud wasn't that bad. And the thing is, like, I don't hate Jinder Mahal. I actually think he's entertaining. He's different. We crave for a different WWE champion. Last year we got it, and it just seemed like people still wasn't happy. But, you know, I really like this. And it keeps Roman out of the title picture for now. Because I think if he was in the Money in the Bank ladder match, everybody's like, oh, he's going to win. You know, so I just think it's something different.
Yeah, I agree. And I totally agree with you with the Jinder Mahal winning the belt. It was so different. And it's quickly how so people were giving WWE so much praise about letting Jinder, I shouldn't say letting, giving Jinder Mahal the title. And then like in less than 24 hours, they were bashing Jinder Mahal for being a WWE championship. So it was a win-loss promo, I think, for WWE. I liked Jinder Mahal being the title. I mean, for a marketing and for a business point of view, I thought it was a great move for Jinder Mahal being the title. But for this run right here, it's sad to say Roman Reigns does not lose. I'm just trying to curious how many that we have over under how many Superman punches Roman Reigns will throw on Sunday. Right now, the over under is 12.5.
Yeah. Oh, man. I like that one. All right. So let's move on to a match that could possibly match of the night. And that's because this guy has been finding a way to steal the show. And that is Seth Rollins, Mr. Monday Night Rollins himself, defending his Intercontinental Championship against Elias. So will Elias shock the world, or is Seth Rollins in the middle of a long-term run with that title?
I would not be shocked if Seth Rollins is in the long term. I don't think he's going to be in the WWE Championship mix for a while. I think if there's any, I shouldn't say skinny guy or medium type guy, just because there's so many big wrestlers now in the WWE, I think it's either going to be Finn Balor or maybe The Miz. But I think Seth Rollins does a long Intercontinental Championship hold. He opened up at -$4. Now he's -$6.75. Getting some action with Elias ever since WrestleMania, where 5 underdogs won during WrestleMania. We're getting a lot of action on underdogs now, and that was great for us that it covered our butts with a lot of people taking all the favorites during WrestleMania. But now they're starting to do the same thing at Money in the Bank. So money coming in on Elias, but I think Seth Rollins retains his title, and I think him and maybe Finn Balor going for a feud. If I'll talk about my storyline with the men's Money in the Bank, but let's say if Finn Balor doesn't win that one, I think that's a match that we're going to start seeing a while. Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. They're really good together in the ring. Their moves are really in sync. Their mic work together is really good. I'm hoping for a long feud between Seth Rollins and Finn Balor.
All right, Raphael, can you tell me, where are you with Elias? How do you feel about him?
Some days I like him. I love the catchphrase. I mean, WWE, I mean, that's perfect. I love the catchphrase. I'm kind of getting stale on the guitar, same old everything. I think he needs something else besides that. I think he's a great wrestler. He does outstanding mic work. He's entertaining in the ring and on the mic. But for me, I think he's starting to get a little stale.
All right, now my co-host, the real Dwayne Allen, says that he feels he's one wardrobe change away from being a major player. What do you think about that?
Oh, totally agree. I know Triple H really likes him. He has, like I said, the tactics he has in the back. I heard he always wants to learn. He's always talking to veterans, especially at the complex when he's working out and stuff like that. I heard he's a really knowledgeable guy in the back. And like I said, if you have Triple H on your side, you're probably going to go a long way. But I totally agree. I think he's one more kind of a less gimmick than what he is now, to be a way that he can be something, maybe to battle for an Intercontinental belt or something like that. Maybe not the championship, but I think he could be a big player in the future of WWE.
Well, certainly. The guy he's in the ring with is obviously a Triple H guy. We know that, Seth Rollins. Let's move on to the SmackDown Live Women's Championship, where Carmella will defend her title against Asuka. Now, Asuka had her match at WrestleMania. That's where the streak ended. Is this her time? Will she become the new SmackDown Live Women's Champion, or are they not pulling the trigger on her yet?
I'm going to pull off what I just said about 5 underdogs winning at WrestleMania, and here's my first underdog pick. I say Carmella wins this one, and she's plus 160 now. Of course, the money coming in, she opened up minus 180 now, minus 210. So the Empress is getting money at, but I just don't think this was. If you're going to give her the title, why would you give her the title at an event like this? Maybe give her the title at SummerSlam or WrestleMania or one of the top ones. I'm not saying Money in the Bank is not a top one. It gets great ratings just because of the Money in the Bank matches. But I'm just not. If you're gonna let her win the title, let her beat Charlotte or let her beat Ronda Rousey or something, a bigger name than Carmella. I just don't buy it. I think you're either going to see a disqualification or a count out or something like that. I think at the end of the day, when the two ladies are walking back and this match is over, I think Carmella's going to have the gold still around her. So I'm taking a plus 160 and looking at my first underdog winner of the night.
All right, so I've been very vocal about win streaks and not liking them. You know, Asuka went on Terra and didn't lose until WrestleMania. Is it time for her to start losing and getting pinned cleanly in one-on-one matches? And is it possible that this would be the night?
I don't think I could see where you're going with. I just don't see Carmella being that wrestler to pin her or make her tap. Like I said, I still think it's going to be either a count out or something like that. But yeah, I totally agree. I think she needs to lose the Empress by the figure 8 or a chokehold or something like that. Maybe not by a Bailey slam, because I think I could take a Bailey slam. But I can see where I see where you're going with maybe having her be a little bit more vulnerable in the ring.
All right, so let's move on to the Raw Women's Championship. And you sound like me. You believe this match could close the show. Nia Jax defending the Raw Women's Championship against Rowdy Ronda Rousey. So where's the betting odds with that one?
Well, what do you think the betting odds were? Ronda Rousey opened up minus $4. She's now minus $6. Nia Jax opened up plus 260. Now she's 4-1. And I was when I was doing this write up and talking to some of my sources and all that, I was like, "There's no way they're going to give Ronda Rousey the belt at this." Again, I hate to say weak Money in the Bank, but I just didn't see this happen. But then news came out over the week and last week saying that Ronda Rousey's contract is only for around a year, and because notifications came out that she wants to be a mom, and that just explains to me. And then this weekend when she got announced that she's going to be in the UFC Hall of Fame, I think they're giving with that being announced, I would not be shocked now that they give her the belt and maybe let her hold it for not a long period of time, but a period of time, and maybe she loses at WrestleMania next year or maybe a SummerSlam. But I think they're going to give her the belt. I'm not sold on why they're giving her the belt on her first singles match. I'm a little bit torn on that one. I'm one of those guys. What have you done for the company lately? That's why I don't like Michael Jordan when he played for the White Sox. I mean, he stole a lot of minor leaguer spots, and I believe Ronda Rousey right here. I don't think they should give her the belt on her first singles match against Nia Jax. But if she only has a 1-year contract and could be leaving soon because she wants to be a mom or acting, whatever like that, you need to use her name and use her popularity now and get over to some more crowd and sell some more T-shirts. So I'm going to say Ronda Rousey minus $6. But when I first did my write-up and predictions over at DocSports.com, I was leaning towards Nia Jax.
Wow. I'm leaving this one for Nia Jax, but actually I'm going to say Ronda Rousey by disqualification, only because I mean, that does change things, but I'm with you on this being Money in the Bank. I know, to me, this is taking the place of the King of the Ring pay-per-view as the number 5, especially having a takeover on the same weekend. However, I just feel that Ronda Rousey will not win it just yet, and I just feel like maybe you save that for a SummerSlam because, if she doesn't lose cleanly, there's another opportunity. But let me ask you this. Do you think it's a possibility that she would be somebody who, while she has that 1-year contract, and she gets used to that WWE pop and that WWE lifestyle, especially considering the fact that she was a fan of the business growing up, do you think that maybe she would sign an extra year?
I guess it all depends on how important she wants to be a mom. I mean, as the Bellas and stuff like that, that changes your views on popularity, movies and commercials and money and pops and all that. I'm not a parent, so I can't relate to that, but I heard it changes a lot of people's points of view before they became that parent. So I would say it all depends on how she wants to portray herself. If she enjoys the pop and the popularity and stuff like that, then I say, yeah, she maybe sign another year. I don't think she's going to do a quick 365-day, maybe a year and a half. I would be shocked if she's there for 2 years, because I just think her name is still going to be out there in WWE, and she'll still get some movie roles, and she's not getting any younger if she does want to become a mom. I would be shocked if she's in WWE more than 2 years, but I can see her maybe doing another extension like Brock Lesnar did when her contract is up. But here's another quick storyline. I mean, let's say she wins the belts against Nia Jax, and Natalya wins. Here's another order that we could look at. Let's say Natalya wins the Money in the Bank and backstabs Ronda Rousey on Money in the Bank and gets the belt from her. Now we have a nice feud for SummerSlam and between Natalya and Ronda Rousey. I think that's probably going to happen more before Ronda Rousey fights either Charlotte or the Empress of Tomorrow.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned Natalya, because that's exactly where I was going next. The women's Money in the Bank.
Man, look at me. You are like in sync right now.
I know, right? So, just to name the participants, we have Ember Moon, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch, Natalya, Lana, Naomi, and Sasha Banks. All of them will be in the Money in the Bank match. Who's the favorite and who's the least favorite? Well, give me all the odds.
I'll put them down there. Alexa with her new boob job. Bliss 4-1. Charlotte Flair 4-1. Sasha Banks 5-1. Natalya plus 125. She's the favorite right now. Becky Lynch 9-1. Amber Moon 11-1. Naomi 30-1. Why are you showing up? And Lana 11-1. And when sorry, Naomi, but if Lana has less eyes than you, maybe you should just stay in the back with your man and watch the show. But I'm actually shocked that she's 30-1 and Lana's 11-1. But again, that just tells you where their career is at for storylines and the popularity of storylines right now. But I mean, at first I thought Becky Lynch was going to be a really, really good a live dog here at 9-1. I thought she can do a lot more. And I thought Alexa Bliss would be really, really good on the mic with the briefcase, just like how Carmella carried that briefcase, seemed like forever. But she was really good on the mic. She was really good on picking her spots. And maybe she was going to use it, maybe she wasn't. I see Alexa Bliss doing that. But now this whole Ronda Rousey news that came out and rumors about maybe her not being there for long, I think Natalya wins this at 2-1, and I think we're going to see a Natalya Ronda Rousey feud before SummerSlam. So I would not. That's where I'm going at right now. Natalya wins this women's Money in the Bank, and I would not be shocked if somewhere down the low, maybe even Sunday night, she backstabs her supposedly bestie Ronda Rousey and takes the belt.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think Lana and Naomi are probably have no chance at hell of winning this, especially with Naomi. She won the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal. Lana, I mean, that would be cool. It'd be something cool for Lana to hold the briefcase, but let's be real. She probably won't wrestle.
Can she lift up the briefcase is my question.
Becky Lynch was my pick last year, and I was thinking, okay, maybe she could do it this year, but then with everything going on with Natalya, and did you notice the one leg, they iced the wrong leg backstage? Yes. And I think that was done on purpose. I just feel that there's too many eyeballs in the WWE for them not to catch that. There's too many supervisors. I think that was done on purpose, and that will come out in the story later. Kind of like her Uncle Brett, when Brett went up against Vince McMahon and he faked the broken leg. So I'm with you.
And that's another thing about Natalya. I heard that she could be ready for a long layoff because she's got some stuff that she wants to do family-wise, and her husband's, I heard, is doing an outstanding job behind closed doors, whatever his new promotion is, since he can't wrestle anymore. So I would not be shocked if maybe they give Natalya a nice little headline run, maybe a belt there or something like that, and she takes a long layoff to do what I'm hearing that she might want to do. So, and that's another reason why I think Natalya, and I just think the feud between Natalya and Ronda Rousey right now would work, and then maybe next year's WrestleMania, that's maybe you could have a Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte or a Ronda Rousey versus the Empress of Tomorrow. But right now, I think it's Rousey and Natalya's time to feud.
I agree, especially when you look at it, Natalia's been going what 10 years strong. And that's unheard of a lot of times for the women's wrestlers. She's most consistent, and the fact is that why not? She deserves to have both the Raw and the SmackDown Live women's title under her name, especially considering she was the Divas champion as well. So let's move on to the men's Money in the Bank, and that's we have Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, The Miz, Rusev, Bobby Roode, Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe, and one member of the New Day, Big E, Kofi Kingston, or Xavier Woods. Let's stay right there real quick. Who's your pick from the New Day?
I heard Big E's going to get a push. I heard that they're really excited for him. I think he's 100% healthy. He has not been. I guess he's had some hamstring issues and some lower back issues for what I'm hearing for over a year. And I guess he's probably the healthiest he's been in a while. I think he gets a push. I'm not saying they're going to split the New Day up or dismantle them. I think he gets a push, and I think it's going to be him just because the way the WWE Championship, pretty much both sides, Raw and SmackDown, they're just really big guys. I mean, now that you got Braun Strowman, Rusev, I mean, even Kevin Owens is a big guy. I feel bad for Finn Balor, who's probably the smallest guy. Samoa Joe, big guy. The Miz is another guy that I think is a smaller one. And then you have Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, stuff like that. They're just really big guys. So I think it's going to be either that one. My prediction on this one, I'm going to say before I announce the odds, it's going to be a SmackDown Live guy, SmackDown Live person that wins this, just because I think the storylines fit better than a Raw, just because of where Brock Lesnar's at. Why would you make a SmackDown Live win it when there's no way The Miz, Samoa Joe, or Rusev are going to fight Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam? So for me, it's a SmackDown Live one. The New Day entry is 14-1 open. Now it's 20-1. The Miz right now is the favorite, minus 135. Samoa Joe, plus 470. Finn Balor, plus 750. Finn Balor, a lot of money. I thought a lot of money would come in, and he opened up at 6. It's going the opposite, so I think it's really good value on Finn Balor. Bobby Roode, who has right now the best entrance in WWE, 25-1. Kevin Owens, 8-1, and Rusev, 8-1.
Okay, now I got to ask you this. Bobby Roode, are you losing? I know people are saying that, that why is he on Raw and but the glorious entrance isn't over the way it used to be. Do you still have they lost track of him, who he is?
I think so. If you're going to lose an entrance or get rid of an entrance, I would say Bobby Roode. If you were going to really display a good entrance, I still think Finn Balor has one of the best entrances in WWE. I mean, the crowd still gets into it. I still don't know why they got rid of the Demon entrance of Finn Balor. But I think if you had to get rid of one, I would think Bobby Roode. The crowd is just not into it anymore. And I think that's why it's maybe he's losing his steam in WWE. So, yeah, there's another one I think that could be, I don't want to say a complete makeover, but something has to happen. So I think he's lost his kind of glorious entrance before than it was, like, let's say, a couple years back where it was pretty cool.
I think he should be heel. I
totally agree.
Yeah, he was a great heel in NXT. He was a great heel in Impact Wrestling or TNA. I just think Bobby Roode is just a better heel than he is a face.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, and that's why I don't see a Raw person. I mean, with the Brock Lesnar, I know the Miz is the favorite right now, but I'm going Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe plus 470 is my pick because I think. I don't want to say my prediction for the next match, AJ Styles and Shinsuke, but I think if Samoa Joe, I think he can have a nice feud. Whoever wins that match, I'll say who I think is going to win that match next segment. But I think Samoa Joe is going to be the next, the champion in SmackDown, and I think he can battle both of them and have great success in pay-per-view. So Samoa Joe is a good plus money. I can't believe he's plus 470. I just don't see the reason why would you give Miz this just chance, just because I heard he's going to probably take some time off, just because it's no secret he's a brand new dad, stuff like that. He's got his new reality show. I've heard he's gotten a lot of requests to do a lot of stuff. So I just don't understand why would you give it to the Miz if you can let him have some time off. So I say Samoa Joe is your championship at Money in the Bank.
Right, that's why you're on the show, because it'll help me make a good decision with superior wrestling intellect because of that. Because at first I was thinking as soon as he qualified, I had the Miz. I said, yeah, this is the Miz Money in the Bank to win it. Then Samoa Joe qualified, and I said, you know what? That would make sense. And I gotta go. I'm gonna agree. I gotta go with Samoa Joe. I think it's his time, to hold that title and be that heel. I mean, AJ Styles has been a great champion, phenomenal. And when the Samoa Joe gets it, it would be great to see someone chase him.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand why, and if it is, I think it is between just The Miz and Samoa Joe. I don't think Rusev, which I think I'm hearing that he could get a small push, Rusev and all that. I just don't see a Raw just because of like I said, I keep on beating the dead horse with the Brock Lesnar, but I still think it's a SmackDown. You can bet SmackDown minus 120 to win Money in the Bank. I just think it's the storylines will fit so much better, and I think you have long leverage when it comes to storylines with Samoa Joe winning than you will with The Miz.
Yeah. All right. Well, Samoa Joe could be holding the briefcase. Now let's move on to me. I'm gonna say main event because it's the most important title in the company for me because I'm an old school WWE fan, so I will always hold that title in high regard, and that is AJ Styles defending his WWE Championship against Shinsuke Nakamura in a last man standing match. Raphael, tell me, what are the odds?
This one's right down the board as a pick'em. I mean, it's minus 120 on both sides. That's just telling us that they can go both ways. We're getting action on both ways. I can't remember last time. I mean, I've been doing entertainment wrestling odds. I think this is my fourth or fifth year, and I can't remember either nothing getting leaked out or the public just betting all of it on one wrestler and we have to adjust on the other side. This one will take one bet on Shinsuke, two bets on AJ Styles, two bets on AJ Styles, three bets on it's just constantly two-way action on this one. And I wish this was a haircut match because I think both of them need haircuts. So I was hoping for a haircut match, but didn't get that. But I still think they're going to give it to AJ Styles. And Nakamura, he will be champion one. I just don't see it happening here. And I just think with me picking Samoa Joe to win the Money in the Bank, I think the storylines of Samoa Joe and AJ Styles, two old school wrestlers, a great heel, great entertainment on both sides. Both do outstanding mic work. Both do great work in the ring. I think they'll gel together. I think that's a better storyline than if it's Shinsuke versus Samoa Joe. Even if let's say it's The Miz, I don't see The Miz really doing that much with Nakamura. I just think you can get better storylines and better outcomes if you have Samoa Joe and AJ Styles. So it's a pick-em. The phenomenal one in my book takes this.
All right, you picking the phenomenal one, and will we see a cash in on this night, or let's say Samoa Joe has it? Will he cash in that night, or will he wait?
I think one of the Money in the Banks is going to get cashed really soon, and one of them is probably going to be hold forever. I think I think it's going to be the women's side. I'm just going to stick with my storyline. I think Natalya stabs Ronda Rousey in the back. I'm going to say the women's Money in the Bank lasts a little bit longer, and I think the men's maybe SummerSlam, WrestleMania, something like that. I think the men's gets hold on a little bit longer.
All right, cool. So I got to ask you this before I let you go. Who's your name your worst Money in the Bank winner of all time and your best Money in the Bank winner of all time?
Wow, my worst money. I think anytime a McMahon wins a Money in the Bank match, stuff like that. I loved Edge and Christian, but I didn't like them in Money in the Banks together. So I would think Edge would probably be, or not Edge, I'm sorry, Christian would probably be my worst Money in the Bank because I think Edge was the only one that was able to work a lot better singles. I thought Christian was an outstanding tag team. I thought he played well, and even whoever his tag team partner was. But singles match, especially in Money in the Bank, sometimes he looked a little lost out there. So I'm going to say Christian. No disrespect to him. I thought he's probably one of the best tag team partners out there. But for singles, especially in the Money in the Bank, I'm going to have to say Christian.
Okay. And who's the best Money in the Bank winner for you?
Wow, I would have to say Jeff Hardy. What he does on top of a ladder, I mean, it's just unbelievable. I can't believe he has not split into two. And some of the stuff I've seen him done on a ladder, and then when Edge speared someone on top of the ladder, that one Money in the Bank, I can't remember what year it was. There was another one I thought that he's peeing blood tomorrow morning. Those two, but I'm going to have to say Jeff. I think anytime I close my eyes and think about Money in the Bank, I always think about Hardy jumping off the top one and doing some kind of phenomenal flip or something. So I'm going to have to say Hardy.
All right, actually, let me clarify this. Let me ask you, who had the best cash in and the worst cash in? That's what.
I would have to sit with that WrestleMania one. Whoever cashed it, was it Seth Rollins when he cashed it?
Yeah, Seth Rollins.
Yeah, I thought that was really corny. I mean, I think
for real.
I think everyone kind of knew it was going to happen anytime soon, and I wasn't a real big fan of that one. So that one still hits me. I thought they had such good story. Well, I thought that was one of the bad WrestleManias. Maybe I was just bitter on that one with the Raw with the NWO coming out and it was hot outside.
Oh, we were on two opposite sides because I thought that was going to be the worst WrestleMania, and it was so much better than what I thought it was going to be.
So I think that one's still stuck in the back of my mind. So I'm still a little bitter on that one because I was hot and sweaty.
Okay. And the worst cash in? Oh, I mean the best cash in.
Ooh, that's a toss up. I mean, what's your best cash in?
So my best is actually Seth Rollins. Just because the moment, man, we didn't see it come. Well, I don't think we saw it coming. I put it like this: I didn't see it coming. Michael Cole's call, the heist of the century, especially with Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. The whole weekend, everybody just knew Roman was going to get the belt because they thought Lesnar was leaving. Then when it was word that Lesnar was sticking around, it was like, wait a minute, he might not get the belt. And everybody just booed Roman. I mean, even at the Hall of Fame, because, you know, at the end of the day, people wanted Daniel Bryan in that spot. And then when Rollins came out there, to me, it was like he kind of saved the night. And then the worst one was Baron Corbin.
Ooh, yeah, I forgot about that one.
Like, even though he didn't win it, it was just the way he did it. Like, why would you cash in and then try to take out Cena? Well, why wouldn't you take out Cena completely? You just threw him out of the ring and then try to pin Jinder. Like, that didn't make any sense at all.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Well, you know, another one that was memorable when the Miz won.
Miz girl.
Was when he beat Orton? Was it 9 or 2010? One of the ones
that was 2010.
Yeah, when he beat Orton, Orton just looked like he was. I mean, he was out of gas. He looked like he needed my brother's inhaler after his match before the Miz. I remember, like, oh man, you're gonna let him lose now after he just fought off. Like, I felt bad for him.
Yeah. Well, tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter at VSI.sports. You can find me at DocSports.com. You can find all my articles, plus all my previews and all that over at DocSports.com. And again, definitely follow me on Twitter at VSI.sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard him. This has been our Money in the Bank preview. Make sure you follow. Make sure you subscribe to the Wrestling Realm right here on YouTube, or if you're on Podbean, right here, iTunes, Stitcher. You know it. We're there. So long, everybody.